look at some kind of like hand cam or
The first thing I would do with unlimited money for Magic Stream purposes is a giant fat head of yourself. The second thing would be like attempting to attract pro level players to come down and play at the FMM with like giant side bet prizes or something.
Yeah, we could just pay appearance fees.
Okay, exactly.
Tonight in FNM we've got round one. We've got Jerry Thompson versus Ruben Bresler. It's only 3.5 hours to Roanoke. I go all the time. Let's talk about the Magic game at hand. We've got on the right Casey Skibbe. He is playing a Grixis Zombies. It's red for Falcon Wrath Aristocrats and blue for Diagraph Captain. He's off to a pretty brutal start here with. This is basically the nuts, isn't it? Against the junk Aristocrats decks of Alex Myers. So serve in with everybody. Trade for the 2 creatures you can actually kill. Take 7. Go down to 7. Have a Voice of Resurgence token that is a 1/1. And the game is a minute. There's one legitimate minute between the time we started talking about the actual game to the time when it was over. But to be perfectly honest, I don't really... we were talking about this...
#aggro matchup, right?
#YOLO. Yeah, that was very interesting because Casey said, "Zach, don't you want to watch me and Alec? Don't you want to watch Alec beat me to a pulp?" Of course, I don't know if Casey has ever not said that when I've asked if he wants to play on a future match. I think every game he plays in his mind is the worst possible matchup. That's just the way, you know how people approach things like that. My dad raised me to be pessimistic.
It's called the strength. I probably shouldn't say that.
But. My dad raised me to be super pessimistic. That way, if something good happens, you're pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not even something good happens. If something
set the bar incredibly low, and then if you trip over it,
then if it's normal, you're like, great. Yeah. This is ideal circumstance.
So Zaxo's weed apparently is whoring for Voice of Resurgence. Right?
Yeah, that's a good one for Matt Taylor saying that we should do, with unlimited money for the stream, we should do foil Jace the Mind Sculptor giveaways.
That's like...
I'm going to talk about something. Matt, if you can post me a link, I'll put this up there. This week, I was perusing Facebook, as I want to do, probably updating Zaxo's Magic
Did you go to your own Facebook page?
With the daily Magic content and stream news. And I saw Mr. Matt Taylor make a post about how he and his friends, channeling, as I can imagine, Epic Mealtime from YouTube, made a calzone. They made a calzone featuring the following things. Thanks, bud.
Oh, wait, 2 of those are mixed.
Yes. The inside of the calzone, I think, was 8 deep-fried cheeseburgers and 2 bacon weaves. The calzone itself, 2 medium pizzas from Papa John's.
I am pumped. That is.
He had a picture
please,
of at least the ingredients.
Show me.
So hopefully he has a picture of the actual finished project. I am correct. Now hopefully Matt can unearth some pictures so I can put that on the stream. Oh, ask and you shall receive. So those of you watching live can just click on the link. Those who are not watching live can... Oh,
I love it.
Well, I can see
my heart skipped a beat because it realized
I see what happened here is something that I assume Matt's figured out very quickly as they constructed it, which is that if you're going to do this, you need to order your pizzas. Say, don't cut them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because you're seeing some breakdown there. You're seeing a little bit of breakdown. I'm going to get it up here before they start this game, come hell or high water.
I bet that's an odd request for the pizza guy. He's like, wait, is this
No, I imagine that's actually not too uncommon.
Really? Not cut the pizza?
Yeah, I think that would... I'm willing to wager that is something that they've happened before. Check that out. Pizza on top and bottom, bacon weave, deep fried cheeseburgers. You talk about diabetes. Are they even playing Magic at this point? Alec is mulliganing. And while I'm over here on Facebook, that reminds me. You should go over to our Facebook page. Why? you have the chance to win awesome giveaway prizes, like our weekly giveaway of rock, paper, scissors cards. Go to facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic. Look for the giveaway giveaway post that I made in round 2. It's the most recent one and the only one that talks about giving away cards. Like, comment, share, and as long as you like our Facebook page, you're eligible to win next week's drawing. Also shows up in my Twitter stream at ZachSellsMagic, so follow and retweet there. 4 separate ways to enter each and every week.
Have you seen that Facebook now has hashtag capabilities?
Does it have hashtag YOLO capabilities? Yeah. That's all I need to know.
All hashtag YOLO capabilities.
I didn't know that it had hashtag capabilities.
It has just gone live.
It has always had hashtag capabilities, in my opinion, because if I want a hashtag to show up, because my Facebook posts show up on my Twitter, I would just occasionally put someone's Twitter name or hashtag in the first 50 characters or whatever.
I'm just saying, now you can do, I like it, YOLO swag tusk. Good job.
YOLO swag tusk. All right, so Casey's trolling me yet again. He has these. He's been making these foil cards for like proxies. So at some point he will take them out of the sleeve and show what they actually are. Because they apparently think this is.
That's some serial glare right there.
It's not glare. It's a foil card. And they think this is hilarious. Because he knows what all those cards are, and he thinks it's funny too. Because I'm here for my health, right?
Wait, why is this? How is this helping the stream viewers who want to be viewing the stream?
There's literally no point to me to stream if I can't see what the cards are. It was funny the first time. It wasn't the second time.
Key to humor is timing.
Those are neat. I do like that they're making the foil proxy cards is a pretty cool process. So let me try and sculpt what happened in this game. We had a turn 1 Gravecrawler followed by a turn 2 Diagraph Ghoul, and Alec trading with the Gravecrawler with his Doom Traveler. Looks like we're going to double block the Diagraph Ghoul, gets another Spirit back, and then follows up with Charleston's Messenger. This Zombies deck. The Zombies deck is a very interesting, case study in Magic deck, longevity, and how a deck progresses from the time the cards are printed to the end of their rotation. Because this Zombies deck could not have been a bigger deal when it first came out.
Yeah,
and
it was everywhere.
And then when Return to Ravnica was spoiled, green-black zombies is all anybody ever talked about. That was a deck everybody knew was going to be at States because of Lawless Troll.
Yes.
And then it just never really showed up. Rakdos Zombies was always the best deck. And, it just kind of faded away because the Burning Tree Emissary decks are just much better, And it's just very interesting. Because it's not like Gerald Messenger stopped being a good card or stopped being a card that people can't some decks can't deal with it.
Oh, no. Here's an interesting question. Do you think that people underrate cards from the previous block just because they've been around forever they lose their sexiness?
Yes, I think. I definitely think that there's a certain. Some cards are chic and others are not. Mm-hmm. That is definitely something that happens. We'll get back to the game here. Casey adding to his board with a Gravecrawler and a Bloodthrone Vampire. While Alec has a Deathrite Shaman, Spirit Token off of his Doom Traveler, a Skursdag High Priest, and a Veryl's, the Scar Striped. Earlier in the night, we saw Casey Skibbe have the interaction of Blood Artist, Bloodthrone Vampire, and Gravecrawler just be able to drain 5 life a turn.
Yeah, that seems
very
really
strong.
Good.
So Casey's serving in. He's going to sack his Gravecrawler to his Bloodthrone Vampire to do some damage and save the Vampire. So Alec down to a precarious 5 life, and though Casey's not playing, well, he is playing burn spells. He actually is playing
Searing Speed?
Brimstone Volley.
Oh,
but
yeah, that makes sense.
But with cards like Gerald's Messenger as well as Blood Artist, he can basically play like a burn deck. So Alec not safe by any means. Here at 5 life, he's going to have to close this game out very quickly, or this can get out of hand. End of turn, he did make a Demon with a Skursdag High Priest because Morbid was triggered, so he does have Casey on a 3-turn clock here.
Now he's got a sack outlet. Is he playing our boy? I'm blanking for a second.
Are we talking about Casey? Or are we talking about Alec?
Casey. Because doesn't he have Bloodthorn Vampire?
He does.
I don't know. I can't remember the card thing. Pretend like I didn't say that.
Lots of stuff going on here. Blocking, basically chump blocking the, sacking a spirit token to keep barrels alive, sacking a grave crawler to keep Bloodthorn Vampire alive. And there is a Diagraph Captain, and the Diagraph Captain basically has a Blood Artist ability on it.
And pumps his grave crawlers up to a shiny 3/2, right?
Why he didn't sack and bring it back, I don't know. Serving in with the team. And I assume that's enough. Even if it's not enough, that's the universal symbol of I give up, so. Casey moving, Alec rather, I should say, drawing even in this quarterfinal matchup. I now realize I hadn't changed it from round 4. So we're falling apart here. It's really tough because, like I said, since my operating system on this computer is new, like my old computer, I used to know like every process I could shut down so that it wouldn't like put extra strain on it.
Mm-hmm.
But now I don't know exactly what all the things are, so I'm going to have to figure that out over time because it is running a little slow. I think that's why we're having some lag, is because the processor is a little bit burdened. Because this is not what I would call top of the line technology.
But one level below, right?
Well, that camera out there that we use for the feature match is actually the nicest camera that Logitech sells retail.
Okay.
That is like legit top of the line. Just because like the difference between that and like the next one down was like $20, and I'm just like, wait.
At that point, it's like.
And that was also, this is actually not an inconsequential feature, is that as these two kids bicker like some 5-year-old kids, what was I going to say?
Not an inconsequential feature.
The camera that I have out there has a tripod, a camera mount, screw in. And it's the only webcam on the current market that does. Most of the major manufacturers. And that's not inconsequential because it lets me set that up out there. The one in here, I'm using what we like to call rubber band technology, which is literally just rubber banded to another tripod. But that one out there I can actually mount and fix and stuff.
That's the Soviet way,
Yes, in Mother Russia, camera mounts you. That's a good one. I'm proud of him. Plus 2 points to me for that one.
Do I get half a point for?
You get half a point
for inspiring.
Mm-hmm. Why not pre-combat that CPT?
The captain. They were talking about the captain.
Yeah, that was just a mistake. That captain's pretty brutal.
Yeah, it's
the
good.
old blue-black zombies list that when you used to have like Phantasmal Image and Metamorph and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, because you were basically playing like 8 to 10 copies of Blood Artist, and playing 8 to 10 copies of Gerald's Messenger.
Oh.
And like Gerald's Messenger plus like the Undying thing, it always comes back as the best. But that deck played like a burn deck. It was a blue-black deck that played like an Osgana's mono-red deck. That deck obviously doesn't exist because Phantasmal Image was such a crucial element to it. And we're off into Game 3 with a turn 1 Gravecrawler. There's a Blood Artist. See, he does it correctly that time, so that you don't eat the Tragic Slip. But turn 2 Voice of Resurgence.
Zaxel's Magic question: is Voice of Resurgence going to hold value or drop?
The card's like $50 to $60 retail on some sites.
Yeah.
There's no way a card can. I mean, it's very good, but there's no way a card like that is.
I mean, I didn't think so, but I was just curious. You know much more than I do.
That's just hype. I mean, it's a 4-of Mythic and popular deck, but like there's no way. No way.
So what's it called?
Although that with the caveat that is in a small set that wasn't drafted very much. Mm-hmm. So I think it's always going to be an expensive card, but I don't think it's always going to be a $50 or $60 card.
Sorry about that.
No problem. So Zach's going to step out there and take that phone call. These guys play pretty quickly, and the board state does get somewhat convoluted, so let's just recap here. Casey with a Dross Messenger, and now 2 Blood Artists, facing down a young wolf that's already undead, I should say, and Voice of Resurgence. So the Voice of Resurgence is going to trade with the front half of Gerald's Messenger, and before the damage leaves, we are going to see a Tragic Slip take out one of the Blood Artists. So a lot of Blood Artists on both sides of the board makes the math very difficult here. So we're going to see Alec cast both halves of Lingering Souls, which makes his Voice of Resurgence token a 7/7. And now the race math has changed pretty dramatically. Casey just adding a Diagraph Ghoul. Did you forget everything you owned out there?
Well, yes, but that was not. I was on the. Don't let me interrupt the.
No, you're fine. This game is basically over as Alec has a tremendous board presence.
And he's playing. Oh, is that a token?
Yeah, he's got an 8/8 Voice of Resurgence token. He just cast and flashed back both halves of Lingering Souls to Casey's Diagraph Ghoul. Well, he's a Blood Artist, but...
Grizzly Bear has won many a limited game.
Turn 1 Grizzly Bear is really good. Turn 8 Grizzly Bear, not nearly as attractive.
People in the stream would probably say it's as attractive as a Charleston, West Virginia girl without teeth or something like that.
No, they would probably say that.
They would be wrong, but they would say
Are you from South Charleston originally?
Me?
You're from St. Albans.
Well, I mean, I guess I've lived in St. Albans since I was a young child.
That's what it counts.
Yes.
I don't count actual place of birth. If you count place of birth, I'm actually from Guyandotte, West Virginia. Do you know where Guyandotte is?
I've been through Guyandotte, but I don't actually remember where it is.
Many a person has been through Guyandotte. So now we see some unnecessary showboating because all of these are good to go. These guys very aware that they are on camera, which is why they are behaving in this fashion. But yeah, Alec just getting too far ahead way too early, in case he's just never mustering. These aggro decks have such a hard time dealing with the Aristocrats deck, which is why obviously the Aristocrats deck was designed, because it's so difficult to deal with. Like, aggro decks can't really plow through it effectively, and then the control decks have such a hard time dealing with all the card advantage, because everything is a 2-for-1 and
makes 1-for-1 removal really bad.
I always preferred the Aristocrats, I guess Act 2 as it was called, which was the Boris Reckoner and Blasphemous Act combo deck. But that one is obviously
just not as good.
Well, it's those decks very much have a, is this the metagame for this deck or for this deck? So I don't claim to know which is right, but so I'm gonna step outside and see what's going on with the other matchups.
Sorry, Zach. Sorry about this. I went overboard. I just had fun. Well, the fourth one. I was telling Alec what they were. To be fair, somehow you also have to change what you play because you play the
Yeah, well, I played a diagram film thinking it was a cabinet assault. Now, why did I have to come here, play you, and then I'll make 6 on the draw? You would have played it. Okay, great. I mean, it would have been better for me. Alex deck is really good against me.
I have a lot of fun.
He has doomed and trapped.
Yeah, you have young.
If you have any one drop that can block twice.
You only need one. Okay.
Young
Yeah,
wolf.
but would you block?
Young wolf can block twice.
Exactly. No, he has both. It's terrible.
No, no.
What I was trying to do is figure out.
If there's anyone else to play.
Well, no, not so much that is, if those guys are not playing while I'm playing the actual finals out, like, if they're going to chop the top four, I want to leave now. Because I have to meet Garrett at 5:30 to go to Origins tomorrow. And that's a very early morning, after one has been up till midnight the night before.
It's true.
And while I am packed, I do have my bag packed as we are overnighting, and I do have most of my Magic stuff together. I do need to make some last-minute changes to my Legacy deck.
Playing some Legacy?
That's the plan. I'll see how I feel.
When was the last time you played in a large-scale tournament?
March of last year.
So what deck has drawn you out?
Oh, it's not that. It's just that there's an event that's close enough that I can get to. I would play in the Star City. The only reason I didn't play in Star City last Columbus when I was there, I just was not particularly interested in playing Magic at the time. Whatever that day was, I just didn't really care. But I'm actually in the mood to just donate my $40 and play.
So Sneak and Show?
No, Hive Mind.
Hive Mind. Okay,
Yeah.
so the packs.
Yeah.
So why Hive Mind? Why of the 14 Legacy decks that you own, are you playing Hive Mind?
It's like my favorite, and I'm going to play some Sneak. I'm going to play some Show and Tell variant, and it's always the best placed in my opinion.
Wait, Hive Mind is?
Yeah.
Does Hive Mind is it Sneak and does it have?
It's a Show and Tell deck. It's
Okay.
not a Sneak Attack deck.
Okay.
It's a Show and Tell deck with Immercles as the backup. But
Are you trying to cast like Pact of Negation and kill people with it? Isn't that
Yes.
how it works?
yeah, but Hive Mind the combo is a Pact plus Hive Mind.
Yes, I understand.
But the Hive Mind costs 6, so you're Show and Tell deck.
Oh, okay.
You also play Grim Island, so you can hard cast. You
Yeah.
can hard cast it on turn 2. It's very narrow, but you can. But the reason I like to play Hive Mind, number one, is because I like to play Hive Mind. And then number two, it's never in a bad spot. Like, it's literally never in a bad spot, because it's not a deck that you can hate out linearly. Like, you can fight it with this card, you can fight it on the stack, and there's some, like, very narrow cards that you can play that are good against it, but
Such
generally,
as?
Angel's Grace.
Is that the you can't lose?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I like that card.
Like, there's the way that Hive Mind interacts with the packs, like, there's very few ways to stop it. Daze is a very good card against it, and Curse Catcher, but Merfolk is very popular, and you can beat Daze by playing Red Elemental Blast, and they can never tap out. Like, if they ever tap out, you kill them. But, like,
So
all
what
the
is your
normal...
bad matchup? Do you have any bad matchup?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like Rogue is not, like, the greatest matchup, but you can beat it. It's like 50-50, in my opinion. Like, everything is fine. Like, Merfolk is the worst, because they have Phantasmal Images for your Emrakul's, and then they have...
Well, but that's going to be
Curse-
changing. Oh, it's not changing yet, though.
But still, yeah, but, like, but then they have Curse Catcher, which is, like, Curse Catcher and Judge's Familiar are, like, the worst cards for it.
Yeah.
And you don't like to see, like, the decks that play, like, the Esper decks or the Bug decks that play Thoughtseize as well as Counter Magic, but you play a fair amount of Counter Magic yourself. Like, one half of your combo kill is a free counter spell.
Exactly.
But the reason why I like to play Hive Mind is because it kills at instant speed. Like, a lot of times you Show and Tell, and they put into play an O-Ring, and then, like, you're boned. Well, in response to O-Ring trigger, you just double pack them, and they're dead. Like, I do that. I've done that so many times in my life. But it's also, like, the cards that you would side in to beat Show and Tell aren't good against Hive Mind. Like, Ensnaring Bridge, Blazing Archon, Angel of Despair, O-Ring, your own Emrakul's, all that stuff. None of that stuff is any good. You just have to fight it on the stack. Like, you have to, like, not let Show and Tell or Hive Mind resolve. I don't know. Like, I'm not overthinking it. Like, last year in March, I went to Grand Prix Indianapolis. It was, like, the first Legacy event I ever played in. Like, that counted. It was the first Grand Prix I ever played in. I thought about that for a long time. And I picked a deck that was built, like, specially tuned. Like, it was the most preparation I put into a tournament. And I did fairly well. Like, I finished, like, 100th out of that, like,
That's like
1,800 people field. I day 2'd. But, like, this one, I'm just going to play the deck that I want to play and just go and have fun.
good.
If I wake up on Sunday morning and don't feel like exhausted or beat, like, I don't want to, like, pay $40 and then have a bad time, but, because you can always play side events or something. But that is the plan. And that is my brief discussion of Hive Mind as a as a legacy strategy.
You can't beat a beard suit combo. That was
What
said.
is it?
You can't beat beard suit combo.
I can't. That's one of the.
It's one of the few bad matchups. For
That's
it.
actually been a match. That's actually been a deck that's been taking off a lot recently.
Yes.
Is Beard Suit combo.
I mean, I've always said I wanted to innovate a deck that's going to like become big. That's my beard suit combo is going to be my lasting legacy in Magic.
Beard Suit mid-grow. I don't know. I hope they have fun. It would be nice. I mean, you never know. I might just rip off 4 wins straight, and I think, hey, let's put that guy with the big beard in the Hive Mind deck on camera. But I don't work for Star City Games, so that's going to be somewhat unlikely.
What's it like to be on the other side of the camera? That's something we have to do. You haven't played on your own stream, have you?
No, I have not. I played one time for fun in between rounds. I played Legacy. But that was a nightmare because, like, the problem is that, like, Brett and I played Legacy, but the problem is like no one who's in here watching had any idea what was going on,
Oh, yeah.
so you can't commentate. Like, Legacy is a format where you need someone to walk you through. And it was like Garrett and Joseph Deal, and like nobody had any idea what's going on. And one of the decks I was playing at the time was like Elves, which is like the most convoluted thing ever. Like, it's very difficult to keep track of.
What do you think of that new Glimpse of Nature, whatever, Beck and Call Elves?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted that to be good. It doesn't surprise me that it's not. But they're just better combo decks. Like, you can make it good. Like, it's a fair deck. You can make it tier 1.5, maybe even tier 1. But it's still, like, they're just better combo decks. But it's not Glimpse. Glimpse was good because it cost 1 mana and you could combo in turn 2. And you're losing, like, you
Is
don't...
it banned in Modern? Or is it just not in
Yeah, it's
Modern?
banned in Modern.
Okay.
It's from Champions. It's perfectly legal. But the problem is like that Elves deck doesn't have Quirion Dryad, and it doesn't have Wirewood Symbiote, and that's what really gives the deck reach. It also doesn't have Priest of Titania, but I mean, you can play like beatdown versions if you want to. I mean, you can play whatever you want, but I still don't think it's...
Of course you can play whatever you want. You're sitting with
No, but I
a
mean,
man
like in Elves, like, but it's none of them are. It's like one of those things where you can make the best Elves deck, and it will be competitive, and you might win. You might spike a tournament sometime, but there's just too many better decks in Modern.
How did they not reprint Thoughtseize in Modern Masters to be like 4 weeks late on the spoiler talk? But how'd that not happen?
What?
Thoughtseize. Why is it not reprinted in Modern Masters?
Because I think they're going to put it in M14.
Really?
Yeah, that's if you think about it, that's the only logical reason why they could. Or Theros, I guess. But like that's the number one. That's like Public Enemy number 1 when it comes to overpriced Modern and Legacy staples.
Yeah.
It costs more than Dark Confidant. Hey, what's going on out there? Is everybody done?
Yeah. I believe I've seen
Did
3
you win or
slips
lose?
turn in. I lost.
Is Ian still playing?
No, Ian is not playing.
I'm going to step out real quick and see if they're choppity chop, because if they're chopping, I'm not long for this chop.
I will try and attempt to keep that seat over there, Mr. Billy.
To show the people who haven't seen it, see our boy here. That's what we were talking about earlier.
If you saw on the Facebook, he posted a picture of that.
I was showing them ScarJo's boyfriend here.
I like how I just step in and this is pretty fun. Well, let's go ahead and wrap it up, guys. The top 4 is chopping, and like I said, I do have an early morning, so I'm going to try and pack out of here as quickly.
What happened to ScarJo though?
They're all in here, just in different areas. A lot of them are folded flat and taped up against the walls or behind
That
various
seems
tables.
like something you would do with Scarlett Johansson.
Tape her up against the wall.
Well, I was no. I mean, I guess yes, but I was talking about. Let's skip that one.
I always bring my camera and I forget to take pictures. But yeah, so that's going to be all the coverage of Magic tonight. Sorry that the Magic kind of lost some steam there at the tail end, but it is what it is, right? I mean, what can you
Wait,
do?
Zach 1.5, is that like Is that? Are you giving me a tier rating, or what's happening here?
He's calling you. That's Zach. That's the original.
Oh, well,
And
but,
you're the new
I'm the
guy.
new and
Yep.
improved.
You're like the
Or-
beta.
No.
Oh.
You're like the.
I am older than you, so I do
That's
get the one, but
I'm older than both of you.
you're barely older than most Magic cards. All right. Well, on that note, we are going to take off. The top four was Alec Myers, who we saw on camera, playing Junk Aristocrats. Ian Straggy playing Red, White, Black Aristocrats without the Aristocrats. So basically just a Red, White, Black aggro-ish mid-range deck with Reckoners and all kinds of good stuff.
Mid-grow.
It had,
As it was deemed earlier.
they call it.
War Leader's Helix.
Yep.
Thundermaw, Hellkite.
Yes, he had good cards in it. It was just not an
Yeah,
Aristocrats.
he hit me for like a gazillion.
It does happen.
In the middle of that game.
Also, Nick Reed playing Bant Control with Progenitor Mimic, and then the fourth one was Brandon Gibbs playing
Yep.
Gruul Aggro, who we saw lose in the first round and made it all the way to the top four. So, why are we not seeing the top four? We're not seeing the top four because
There
they're
is no
chopping.
top four.
They're chopping the top four because half of the top four is driving to Columbus in the morning. So. That's going to be all of us for us from here today. So thanks everybody for watching. Like I said, make sure to follow us on our various forms of social media. The videos from this, if you missed anything, should be up on YouTube probably on Monday, since I am going to be out of town. If anybody's going to be at Origins tomorrow or on Sunday, make sure you come by and see me either in the card hall or in the vendor hall. And then other than that, we'll be back here same time, same place next week. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you then.